In this video, I'm going to show you how to factorize expressions such as these into single bracket. Right, before I do that, quick recap of expanding brackets. 3 times x, 3x, 3 times 4, 12. So when you expand, you get this. But if I was given this as a question and I was told to factorize this, that will take me back to this. So to factorize this, that would be the answer. So really, factorizing is opposite of expanding. First question, factorize. Now before I do this, what I would like to do is break this down. Now once you get used to factorizing, you'll not have to do this extra step that I'm showing you right now. Right, x squared means x times x. X squared means x times x. 4x times x, 4xx. That one doesn't need breaking down. Now what I need to do is compare this term with that term. Just looking at the letters to see what they have in common. Well, there's an x over here. Is there another x over on this side? Yes, there is. So that's what these have in common. These two terms have in common is the x. There's an x over here, but there's no extra x over here. So x is what's in common. So that goes on the 8th side of our bracket. Now, what's the biggest number that goes into 4 and 8? It's 4. Now some people by mistake put 2. Well, yeah, I know 2 goes into 4, 2 goes into 8, but that's not the biggest number. So you can check 4 is in the 4 times table, 8 is in the 4 times table. That is the biggest times table that goes into 4 and 8. 4x times something to me 4xx is x. There you go, look, 4x, x, 4x, x. Put the plus there, like that one. 4x times something to me 8x, it's 2. That's the correct answer. You can check 4x times 2, 4x times 2 gives me 8x. There. Next question, a slight modification of the one above. So break this down. Look for the letters that's matching. There's an x here, there's an x there. Nothing else is matching. So obviously that x goes on the 8th side of the bracket. Biggest number goes into 4 and 8 is 4. 4x times something to give me 4xx. Same as the one we just did. Don't forget the plus symbol. Well, it could have been a minus symbol. If they put a minus symbol there, put a minus symbol here. Anyway, 4x times something to give me 8xy. Well, looking at the number parts, 4 times something to give me 8. It's 2. What letter didn't I circle? The y, so that goes there. So you can check 4x times 2y is 8xy. You can check here on the side, 4x times 2y is 4 times 2 is 8. X times y, xy. So that's correct. Circle everything that's in common. Right, there's an x over here, but there's no x over there. But look, the y's are in common. So 2 letters in common goes on the 8th side of the bracket. Biggest number that goes into 4 and 8 is 4. Right, what letter didn't I circle? So you got 4x, xy, 4x, xy. 4 times something be 8. Right, all the letters are circled, so I don't need to do any more here. So you can just check 4 times 2 is 8, and the xy is just there. Look what's in common. Before I circle, I need to just visually have a look. X over here, X over there, X over there. So I can safely circle these. Right, you might be tempted to circle the Y's. There's a Y here, there's a Y there, but is there a Y over on this term? No. So you cannot circle the Y's. So we just carry on. The only thing that these three terms have in common is the X that I've just circled. Now, biggest number that goes to 3, 9 and 15 is 3. You can check. 3 is in the 3 times table, 9 is in the 3 times table, 15 is the 3 times table. 3x times x is 3xx. 3 times something, give me 9, is 3. What letter didn't I circle? So you can put that there. So you can check. 3x times 3y is 9xy. 3 times something, give me 15, is 5. What letter didn't I circle? Right, you can always visually expand this in your head, or just do the working out just to see if you can get back to the original expression, just as a check. Right, this one looks simple compared to this one. Feels a bit awkward because I haven't taught it yet, but it is a lot simpler than all the other questions that I've done so far. Just to help you out, what I'll do is just put a 1 in front of it. So 1x squared is the same as x squared. You don't need to do that. So once you've experienced doing this, got experience, you won't need to do stuff like that. So break it down. Right, biggest number that goes to 1 and 6. Okay, before we do that, just let's put the x on the outside. Right, now, looking at the biggest number that goes into 1 and 6. It's only 1. Some people by mistake put 6 there. But let's see if it makes sense. Is that 1 in the 1 times table? Is 6 in the 1 times table? Yes, so obviously you put 1 there. So do not put 6 here, because that will feel silly now, look. 6 is in the 6 times table, but 1 is not in the 6 times table. So it's just 1 that I'm going to use. Right, 1x times something give me 1xx. 1x times something give me 6x. That's it, that's the answer. What you could just write, you can ignore the 1 and just write both answers are correct. Right, this one, there's no letters in common. There's an x there, but there's no x over there. So no need to write a letter on the outside. So we just move on to the numbers. Look at the numbers. Biggest number that goes to 3 and 12 is 3. 3 times something to give me 3x. 3 times something to give me 12. There you go. But we saw this just a while ago. If I just look at what I did at the beginning of the video. I factorized that, didn't I? And I said, if you factorize that, you'll get back to this. Well, that's exactly what I did. Look, I factorized that and got this as an answer. All these expressions that we just looked at involve single brackets. So you can see all of these are single brackets. There will be situations where the answer will be double brackets. So if ever you see anything like this, and look, these have all got something in common. There's x squared term, number term, x squared, x term, number term. It doesn't have to be x. It could be. It's just a choice of letters. So all of these have something in common. You can see x squared term, x term, number term. Even these ones. Well, you're probably wondering, yes, there's x squared term, number term, but where's the x term in between? Well, there's no x term, so technically it is 0x, but we don't bother writing 0x. So all of these, when you're asked to factorize these, it has to be double brackets. If it doesn't look like this, then it's going to be single brackets.